Hello and welcome to the third and final shorts video in the Uncovering Your Hidden Costs in Your Business series, an Expo short training from Bromley Business Expo. I'm Heather Bond of the social media team, and I'll be taking you through this short video today. As I said, this is actually the third of 3 trainings. We will have another 3 trainings coming up soon, and we'll be looking at social media and getting your brand known online. We also have longer trainings which are available, and we'll be posting those to Facebook in the coming weeks. So if you want to stay informed about those, we recommend you like our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Bromley Business Expo. So this third training we're looking at today, we're looking at the 80-20 rule, the Pareto rule, and we're looking at identifying the costs that you may not be aware of, and that may be attributed to things which fall into the 80-20 rule. And I'll just explain what that is in a moment. But first of all, I want to have a quick look at the benefits that you can get from attending the Bromley Business Expo. And this is a real key one. You will gain insights on how to innovate and thrive despite the downturn. This week we saw the UK dip back into recession, and there hasn't been a better time really to actually get along to the expo, to book on the expo. This is a free marketing opportunity for you. This is an opportunity for you to get yourself in front of at least 800 businesses at the expo on the day. These are local businesses. These are businesses who are there to meet other businesses. Everyone is there with the same intention. They're there to promote their services, to network, to build relationships, to look for affiliates, to look for joint ventures, to learn, to help each other out and support each other in the current economic environment. You'll learn something new. We have workshops, we have a keynote speaker, and those workshops are free. There are limited spaces, so we would recommend that you actually book your space at the expo and book your space on the workshops as soon as possible. There's also speed networking, and again, that opportunity is limited. There are a limited number of spaces, so we recommend that you sign up for the expo and book yourself onto that as soon as you possibly can. So it's about building relationships, getting to know other businesses in the area, getting to know people who you might be able to affiliate with, and to remember that in terms of networking, it's not necessarily the people you meet at the event. The people you meet at the event are also key for referral opportunities and for relationships and support further on down the line. So make the most and get yourself along to the Bromley Business Expo. It is free if you book online before the actual date, which is the 14th of June 2012. So back to your money, the Pareto law, or the 80-20 rule. Often we're really busy in our businesses, we're busy being busy, and we wonder why we aren't getting the results we're hoping for. And we know that somehow it applies to effectiveness and efficiency. And the 80-20 rule is one of those rules which are based on natural law. It's not, again, based on intellect or logic. This is another rule that is just an occurrence and appears throughout a whole lot of environments, not just in business, but also across cultures, across population, across music. So what do I mean by that? Well, Pareto did some analysis on the UK economy and discovered that 80% of the UK's wealth was owned by 20% of the population. Now, he thought this was maybe a fluke, so he did a study across Europe and found that this was actually a law across the globe, that 80% of the wealth was owned by 20% of the people. Now, there have then been studies, as I say, across different environments which then carry this rule out across all sorts of different places. So for example, if you look at your iTunes library or the music that you have on your iPod, you probably only ever listen to 20% of the music that's on there. If you take a look at your business, you'll probably discover that 80% of your customers generate 20% of the results, and vice versa. 20% of your customers generate you 80% of your income. So it's really about looking at the areas in your business and seeing where the 80-20 rule applies. Again, it's not necessarily logic. It is about looking at where you get the results. So where are you getting 80% of the results in your business? So what are the 20% of the things you're doing that get you 80% of the results? Who are the 20% of the customers that bring in the 80% of the revenue? Where do you spend 80% of your time only getting 20% of the results? So where are you being inefficient in your business? And what are your strengths? Because what you'll find often is that you're spending 80% of the time doing jobs that are not necessarily your strengths, and you probably should delegate. And that's where Tim Ferriss in the 4-Hour Work Week comes in. He looks at all those 80% areas where you could be delegating and using your time, that 20% of the time, to build a revenue that allows you to live the lifestyle that you want. So look at what are your strengths, what are the key things that you can do, and where can you delegate. So let's keep in mind, delegate time-consuming tasks, things that someone else can do much more effectively and efficiently, and probably at a much lower cost than you as the owner and leader of your business. Focus on the characteristics of the 20% of the customers that generate you the most revenue and attract more of them. So work out what it is that's common amongst that 20% and actually generate more of that type of customer for you. And be bold, sack your troublesome time-consuming customers who bring in little revenue. So within that 80% that generates 20% of the revenue, look at those 80% of customers, and you probably find that's where most of your complaints come from. Those are the ones that are the high maintenance, high upkeep, and actually cost you. Remember, we did the cost of sale. There's also the cost of customer care. So those are the ones that actually cost you in keeping them. So be bold. I know it's difficult sometimes, especially in the current economic climate, but be willing to sack the customers who are costing you the most in terms of time, resources, and potentially money, and bringing in very little revenue. Because what you'll do is free up not only just the time and resources to spend on those customers that are going to bring you 80% revenue, you're also going to be freeing up your energy to do other things. So really be strict. Go through your business and work out where you have those inefficiencies and where the efficiencies are, and do more of what's generating the results within your business. So if you've got any questions on that, or you would like more information on the Bromley Expo in general, go to http://www.bromleyexpo.co.uk. You'll also be able to register there. You'll also be able to book the workshops and the speed networking. So do take a look at the site. If you have any questions and need to speak to someone by phone, the phone number is 0208 462 9888, and email is joe@jckmarketing.co.uk. I'm Heather Bond. I'm on the social media team. So if you wanted to contact me directly, I'll be around in the virtual space, either on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, or LinkedIn. So thank you for taking the time to watch this short video. I hope it's been of help. My name's Heather Bond of Taking Your Business Online on behalf of Bromley Business Expo.